Good morning, true crime friends. Today is Thursday, April the 27th. How come I never just memorize the day? Child, it's early in the morning. You know my mind is bad. Anyway, while the rest of the world obsesses about Lori Vallow Daybell and the unfortunate deaths of her children, we are taking a little pause from that case because, good mental hygiene. I refuse to put in my brain all the dirty details of that particular murder. So we're going to talk about something else. And today, that something else is Bud the Hero Parrot. Have you heard about this? Sinisterhood covered it on their podcast. There's all kinds of video because apparently this case got a lot of media coverage back in 2016, 2017 when it happened. Let me explain. Bud, the African gray parrot. Now, do you know about African grays? African grays are like these beautiful birds. I'm not a bird person because ew. I mean, I enjoy chicken, but like a bird as a pet, although I have some bird loving friends and good for them, not for me. Anyway, so Marty married this woman named Glenna. They had a bad marriage and they fought back and forth all the time. And they had very dirty mouths. Now, listen, I am not mad at anybody with a dirty mouth. While I do not use profanity on this here madness that I call a YouTube channel. Oh, in real life, my mouth is filthy. Absolutely filthy. But I've raised my children right. When they talk, they just edit out those dirty words unless they're talking to their friends, in which case I overhear them on their video games say absolutely filthy things, and I remind them, you were raised right. You do not curse in front of your mother. Don't do that. Anyway, so, Glenna and Marty are married. Glenna has a very bad gambling problem. And so she spent so much money, the house was going into foreclosure. Now listen, I will tolerate a lot of things. Okay, the truth is I'm not long suffering. I really won't tolerate that much stuff in my marriage or in life in general, but certainly not from my partner. And my husband knows that, so he governs himself accordingly because I'm a really nice lady. Not long suffering though, not short suffering. Don't believe in suffering at all. Anyway, so they were having problems in their marriage. The house was going into foreclosure. The money was tight. And so one night, the police get called to their house and they find Marty dead on the floor and Glenna covered in blood. And then they were like, oh gosh, 2 dead bodies. They start working on Marty, trying to bring him back to life. Who rises up like a corpse? Well, it's old Glenna. She's shot in the head and she's like, I don't know what happened. Oh my goodness. So Marty gets taken to the morgue. Glenna gets taken to the hospital. And every time they asked Glenna questions, she was like, a murder? There was a murder? I don't know. So Marty had this bird, right? So when Marty's dead, the bird goes to his ex-wife. Ex-wife is minding her own business. She watching Columbo or something on TV, and there's a gunshot, and then the bird starts reenacting the murder that it has apparently seen. It's like, hey, don't effing shoot. Oh, okay. So the bird picked up the dirty mouth of the residents of the house that it had lived in. But because African grays are perfect mimics, it basically acts out the murder that it heard. But it just kept saying, don't effing shoot, in the actual voice of Marty. It also reenacted the whole argument between the two. The ex-wife was like, okay, this heifer's still alive and nobody has charged her. And so she could come and get me. I'm just going to be quiet and not talk about this. But every time there's a gunshot on TV or a loud door slams or something, the bird reenacts the murder again. So the first wife is like, oh no, we can't do this. So she's like, hello, officer, I'm gonna need you to come down here and interview the bird. And the officer was like, you're hilarious. Thank you for calling. Bye-bye. So as they were investigating Marty's murder, they're going around to the neighbors and the friends, and all the neighbors and friends are like, did you talk to the bird? Y'all need to talk to the bird. So the police were like, what are we supposed to do? Have him raise his right wing? Like, nah, we not talking to the bird. We forgot to talk to the bird. We just not gonna do it. So they didn't do it for a couple of years. It's crazy. Finally, the first wife is like, listen, this bird can't keep reenacting this murder in my house. And frankly, I cannot say I blame her. So she recorded it on her iPhone or whatever she had at the time, 2016. I don't know what the technology was, but she recorded it and she started playing it to people. Ultimately, it got to the media. So the district attorney was like, oh, guess we're going to have to talk to the bird. So they listened to the recording based on the media reports. Now, if you go on Inside Edition and a million other places, oh, you can hear the bird cussing and saying, don't effing shoot, and acting out the rest of the final argument between Marty and Glenna. The case goes to trial. Believe it or not, I honestly didn't think it would go to trial. The case goes to trial, and while they do not interview the bird, they do interview people who knew the bird, talked to the bird, the owner of the bird. They play the recording in court, I believe, not entirely certain about that part. You know, we don't do facts here, we do gossip. Now, if you want to know facts, you should probably consult CNN or something. I am not CNN. I am GRI, gossip, rumor, and innuendo. So anyway, the evidence of the bird got admitted into court, and the woman got convicted. Can you imagine being convicted on the strength of the testimony of a bird? Now listen, animals, I love animals. You see my dogs? Oh, they're quiet this morning. That's amazing. I'm a big animal lover. You know Marty's first problem? He married a woman who did not like his bird. How you gonna marry somebody who does not like your animal? That's a no-go for me. You can't do that. Now, if something unfortunately happened to my delightful and loving and understanding husband, and I started dating somebody new, if they didn't like my dog, if they didn't like dogs at all, nope, can't come in here. Can't even find out my last name. People used to say when I was single, you playing hard to get. Oh, I wasn't playing. I am hard to get. I am a jewel. Y'all know I'm a delicate flower. You see it. That's why you're on this YouTube channel. Anyway, all of that to say, that bird that she hated for all those years sent her behind to prison. She was sentenced to life. How do you explain that on the yard? Yeah, I'm hard. I killed a dude. How'd you get here? Bird. You're not going to look good. Anyway, so today, hopefully, the Lori Vallow Daybell people are done talking about the unfortunate demise of those children. I mean, I want them to continue to prosecute her behind because she's clearly evil. But I hope they are over the dirty details. And let's just say the children are gone. And let's get back to talking mess about Lori the way we are meant to do. So I will be back this evening after work, and we will see where we are in court. And if they are still on those unfortunate details that we don't want to put in our nice, clean brains, then I will find another case to follow. Y'all have a great day. Bye.